Welcome to Rants on a Vlog. Today we are going to be discussing Markiplier's movie Iron Lung, and there will probably be spoilers, so just be prepared. So, all right. So we saw it yesterday on opening day, not the early showings, and we were surprisingly very happy with it. Even though we thought it'd probably be entertaining, it was a lot better than we actually even thought it would be.
Yeah, the having the audience there was really entertaining. Almost the whole theater was full, and a lot of people like when points would happen in the movie, they would say something funny, or it really added to like the immersion.
Great atmosphere.
Yeah, the movie itself, yeah, was really good. Um, the I'll put out the only complaint that I have about it is that I kind of wish at some points the audio was a bit clearer. Sometimes it like he's talking to this just like radio thingy on the wall, and sometimes it's hard to hear what the characters are saying because it's so glitchy, which I understand to a degree, but it's kind of hard sometimes to hear them, but he understands them. So I feel like it got better as the film went on, but at the beginning of the film, I was kind of like sometimes I was like, what are they saying? But yeah, no, overall it was really good. The plot was really good.
Yeah, the atmosphere was fantastic. I really liked the music. It was surprisingly well done for an indie flick. Um, Mark can really act. Don't listen to any of the detractors about it, but he's pretty solid in the movie. So
Yeah, ignore the haters.
Yeah,
yeah,
also ignore too if they say like, oh, Jacksepticeye being in it was too much. He's literally in it for 5 seconds of the film, and you
right.
barely can see him because you're looking at him through the porthole, and he's just looking into the sub. So literally though, you can barely see him. We didn't even know he was in it until afterwards.
Yeah, when we saw the credits, it was that quick. So
Yeah, so we literally had no clue. So yeah, and yeah, the atmosphere was really good. It made you feel very claustrophobic and just like it was a really really tight space. There's one scene where he's kind of like he's crawling through this small crawl space underneath the ship, and it was just like, ooh, god.
Yeah, but
yeah,
yeah,
the atmosphere was amazing. They did so much with that. You really felt like you were in the SM-13, and they really stayed faithful to the game and the lore of the game, but they obviously put their own spin on it,
yep.
which made it was just very entertaining to watch. You really felt like you were in there with them. Like, yeah,
Yeah, they added a lot of like a lot more stuff than that was in the game. Like there's no bottom section in the game, but again, that wouldn't really make sense in the game. There's also like he's able to find like other supplies that he uses
Yeah,
throughout the
that was neat.
movie. So, but I thought it was pretty realistic.
It's definitely a slow burn movie that really ramps up the second half. It's well worth the wait. Highly recommend it.
and if you've watched his playthrough, you're gonna get some laughs because, like, when I first watched the playthrough, and he's like, "Flames? Why would there be flames?" And then in the movie, they do that. She's like, "And keep an eye out for flames," and there's a fire extinguisher behind you. So and a lot of the time, it's realistic what the character would do. So, like, there's a point where he's kind of trying, that none of this is really major spoiler, but he's trying to, in the game, there's a computer that you can get on to learn the lore, but on this, he doesn't have access because obviously he's a criminal, and they put him in there to kind of capture photos of what's possibly happening on this blood moon in this blood ocean. And so he doesn't have a password for it, so he's just tried like password one. So it's really funny. It's just funny stuff that you actually would do in real life. You're like, yeah, I can relate to that.
Yeah, how he reacted was pretty realistic, and I didn't feel like it was just Markiplier. It definitely felt like his character, who I won't say the name of the character. I'll try to keep spoilers as least as possible. His character is just trying his best to survive and to get out of it, and Mark acts in a way that definitely is not like him in real life. So you can definitely separate the character from him.
Yeah, don't just skip send help. Go see this movie this weekend. Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. It was definitely worth it. Like I said, we thought it would probably be good enough to be entertaining, so we weren't like worried that we would waste our money, but because he's done other projects, so it's not like that's his first time acting. Um, but we were very pleasantly surprised, all of us. Like there's laughs where you wouldn't think there'd be too many laughs too, and then there's genuine suspense and horror. It's really not a big horror. It's more too about like human condition, I would say. And
Yeah, he's there's not a lot, like I wouldn't say there's pretty much any jump scares in the movie, but I think that adds to its benefit because the scare mostly comes from the fact that you don't know exactly
Mm.
what's happening.
Yeah.
So
which is also true to the game, because that's how the game was suspenseful, that there wasn't a lot of information you got. But I mean, to me, I just loved how it did follow the game and how the picture taking was important, and you would look at the pictures and he would just be like, oh, fuck me.
yeah, you get to see him flung around a lot, like a
Yeah.
lot. He gets flung around like nobody's business.
And you
It's-
get to see him shirtless, which the crowd really appreciated. The crowd.
yeah, someone in our theater whistled, and everybody in it was just laughing so hard. And then the person next to that, what did they say?
It's one fine-looking man.
Yeah, so that was really really funny. But
But yeah, so
Yeah.
we enjoyed everything. The acting was very good. Everyone did a really great job. The atmosphere was amazing. You felt the tension. You felt claustrophobic. You felt like you were in there with them. The music was very good, very atmospheric. And then the sound itself, the sounds of like what's going on outside of the sub, what you're
Creaking and the
hearing.
blood.
Yeah, the creaking and the swishing. You're like, what the heck is going on? So like they did
the effects were really good too.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
also what I say. I won't say anything about near the ending of the film, but near the ending of the film, it's just like you can tell the makeup department, and even if they use CGI, they did a really good job because like I did not think it looked like clunky or anything like that. Like it looked like if it was a high budget film.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, so definitely I'd say, how many you want to give it, like out of 5 ants on a log?
5 ants on 4.5, just because I for the 0.5 I couldn't hear.
Yeah, the same.
And yep, so I would also, so all of us give it 4.5 ants on a log because it was really good. Yeah, you should definitely go see it, support small. I mean, I know he's not necessarily small, but in the movies he is. Go support like kind of
Indie films.
yeah, indie films, because it's definitely worth it and you're going to enjoy it and you're going to be happy you went. All right.
All right.
All right,
That's
that's it.
Have fun.
See you in the next video. Bye-bye.